You want intro?
Yeah, here we are, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. We are spawning directly on top of Ewic, our Terran player in the bottom left, going up against Clash.ZaiZai, the red Zerg in the top right, who actually won last week's tournament. And this is the BeGosu Weekly, so all of you guys should come in and go to BeGosu.com, compete, go chat channel BeGosu, have some good old, grand old times, and join us for some awesome, awesome StarCraft.
That's right, and I am Mr. Llama, and I am casting with Xander Fever here, or yes, I am casting with him, and yeah, so we have a ZVT on Cloud Kingdom, and
And
it
we're
looks like it's already gonna
Yeah, we're gonna remake because Ewic's
remake.
sound's not working.
Alright, so Ewic's gonna get a sound to go ahead and fix up there, but ZVT, always one of those interesting matchups. It's one of those things where the Terran has just a lot of options right now. It's either going for that, they can go for that early push with the Marine tank and then transition into some sort of drop, or they can just straight up turtle on 2-3 bases. It's a little harder on Cloud Kingdom, but a lot of times those Terran players just turtle up, get that mech out, and make some big push with the mech. A lot of Thor's Hellions. And as a Zerg, if you weren't greedy enough, that is extremely difficult to deal with.
All right.
So, yeah, okay.
I'm just looking at the chat. Do you have the chat open out of curiosity?
Let me open it.
Okay.
BeGosu.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about no, my stream chat because people are talking.
Oh.
Okay, I always talk
Oh.
to the stream. Yeah.
Stream chat. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'll go look at it. I have it. I'm just
Cool.
there. It is.
Okay, so I think we're good. It looks like Zada's going to be blue now.
Oh, okay. I should get in this game. I was looking at your stream chat. I really need to get my second monitor up. Alt tabbing in and out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this game back underway. It is ZaiZai versus Ewic. This is round 1 on Cloud Kingdom LE ZVT.
And you guys get to hear the intro again.
One more time. It's a good intro.
I hope.
I think so. ZaiZai had to change colors. That's why he's restarting.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But in actuality, we have Ewic over here in the top right, being the orange Terran, going against Clash.ZaiZai. And for intro number 2, this is the BeGosu Weekly. Everyone should come in and go to BeGosu.com, compete, win a euro just for competing, and more importantly, play against insanely good players like ZaiZai, who's top 50 GM, and Ewic, who is over 1,000 point masters, and who is absolutely ridiculous with everything that he does. And ZaiZai won last week, so it's going to be interesting. This intro was definitely inferior to the first one, but either way, BeGosu.com and go there.
That's right. And just an awesome tournament. It's everybody wins. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a tournament like that before, where literally just showing up and like playing a game. Like you play a game, you lose to ZaiZai, and then you still win a euro there. So, I mean, you can't lose straight up. So, yeah, no, awesome game or awesome tournament. And as I was saying before, this is ZVT, and it's going to be on Cloud Kingdom, so that third base, of course, for both players, but especially that Zerg player, very difficult to take, and that's kind of an important part of the game. You'll have to see, of course, what Ewic does open up with. I mean, he could open up with some sort of 2 racks all in for what we know, and it won't even reach, third hatch stage, but when you do get past that mid-game, and you're setting up that third hatch right there, very, very difficult to defend as it is far away from the natural. You have to get good creep spread early so you can get over there, and then be very careful of any pushes or anything like that across the map right up that ramp.
Oh, it's actually only top 16 that get paid, so whoops, my bad on that one.
So you have to either get a bye or win your first round.
Yes. All right.
So
Yeah, and also Ewic has gone for the refinery, so odds are we're going to see a reactor Hellion expansion, because that's the most common thing ever.
yeah,
Although
as of right now,
See, the gas seems like is the gas late for that?
I don't know exactly. It very, very much depends. It doesn't look too late to me. A lot of times you'll see, like I've seen players throw down that gas a lot later, and just pump out a couple more Marines first, and then switch into the reactor Hellion. So basically, it really just depends on how fast or how many Marines they want to pump out. because some players will want to make a little like 5 Marine push with a couple SCVs or something, just to force their opponent to waste some larvae there on some lings, and then they'll back off and then have that factory going down. But it looks like it wasn't too late because he does get the factory going down right now.
Yeah, but I think it is still slightly late because we do see we're gonna have a little bit of time in between the reactor finishing and the factory finishing. And I've actually seen some players experimenting with timings of getting out the command center before going for the reactor Hellion to get an even faster thing. And that's one of the things that was crossing my mind because that's actually surprisingly effective. You still get Hellions early. Normally your first 2 get stopped anyway, and that just allows just for a little bit more damage to be done. But Ewic is now actually going to lose 1 Marine without being able to kill that single Ling, and now we're going to actually see him get completely shut down with this just slight Marine pressure.
Right, so both Marines going to go down there, and this SCV going to be able to get away. It looks like he's going to try and chase it down with those Lings, but it's not going to really do much. But yeah, exactly with the command center, I've actually seen a lot of players, Terran players, go for command center first and then switch it into a reactor Hellion build. So that's extremely different, of course, than going for, throwing that down just before that factory or anything. A lot of players will get that first, and then they'll transition into the barracks, into the refinery, and then they can get the reactor Hellions out just a little bit later, but they definitely get that economic lead. So it all depends on how much economy you want versus how much risk you're willing to take.
And the main purpose of the Hellions aren't usually to do any real damage. Their main point is just to delay the Zerg, prevent them from getting a faster third, and deny creep. That's a really, really big thing. So a lot of Zerg players have actually been spreading creep inside their main base, which serves a double purpose of still spreading creep while you can't really have it going out there, plus allows for vision of drops inside your main. And Cloud Kingdom is actually a fairly surprisingly good area in the against Zerg main base to actually get drops in, because you have a lot of area that isn't seen just by normal creep in your natural and your hatchery, so you have to actually spread out overlords and everything to actually have that presence.
Exactly, and I mean, yes, the Hellions of course are perfect for denying that creep, and I'd like him to actually be a little more proactive with them right up here, but there are the Queens and the Spine Crawler now, so that is going to slightly force him back. But yes, if you can't just deny that creep, as a Zerg player myself, I know exactly. That is just extremely, extremely annoying to deal with because, hey, you just want to spread your creep for free. So this right here cuts off a lot of vision for the Zerg. They can't get that map control, and it really allows you to just expand pretty freely until they get roaches out, if they do choose to throw down a roach warren, or if they don't, then they are going to have to somehow capture your lings or transition into a higher tech like mutas or infestors before they can start gaining that map vision once again.
And take a look at Ewic's base right now. He's actually getting down to Medevac and Blue Flame Hellions. So we could see actually a couple of things right now. You could do a frontal assault with Marine Hellion to kill out a lot of Zerglings, or do something like a drop inside the main base and attack in the front. And we'll see what he decides if he's going to go for there, whether he's going to attack in the front with the Hellions or the Marines to deal some kind of damage, no matter what his priorities are with the attack itself. But ZaiZai getting a scout on the command center inside the main base has completely eliminated the possibility of a Marauder Hellion attack, which is very, very good for him. But now I'm just very curious to see what Ewic's really going to accomplish with this new tech that he's going for.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Flame Hellion drops, and there it is revealed right there. So now ZaiZai is going to see Blue Flame, and he's going to be a little bit more careful around in his base there. But Blue Flame Hellion drops, if you're able to get those in the base and wipe out some drones, I mean, they just burn drones so quickly. That is so deadly. And I mean, especially when ZaiZai is only on Lings right now. He's just getting his lair pumping out, so it's about halfway done. He has a macro hatch down. I mean, he's got good drone saturation, but here we go. There's going to be a drop into the main here with these Marines.
Yep, and look at the placement of those Hellions. They're on the low ground. Actually, they're misplaced. They can't actually shoot. There we go. Now they're starting to shoot those Lings and get some good splash shots. I mean, a couple of those Hellions got some nice blood spilt on the ground. Right,
but that overall right there, if you look at the units lost tab too, it's pretty even, but I'd say that was definitely a loss there for Ewic. He could have done that a lot better, and that's just kind of one of those places that's not the best for drops, simply because those minerals do kind of block it. But yes, you can leave a lot of those Blue Flame Hellions down on that low ground, and then there you go, that's a little bit better right there. So now they can all just burn away, and they can all just take out these Lings.
But they were targeting the Queen and not going for the Lings, so they missed out on a lot of possible kills there. Which is actually a pretty big deal, because now Lings are going to be able to easily just move around here, but we do see Ewic lifting off nicely and barely getting away with a very injured Medevac.
Yeah, so that overall right there was a failed attack, I would say, and that puts Clash.ZaiZai in a lead here, and it looks like ZaiZai with some roaches and lings now going to make some sort of push. He knows his opponent was on those Marine Hellions, and he invested a lot into the medevac, into the blue flame, and so it looks like ZaiZai going to try and punish him. And will he raise these depots? No.
Oh, that is bad. And Ewic is getting caught right in his transition into Mech 2. He threw down a bunch of factories inside his main base, and now he very well just lose the game because he didn't lift up supply depots and wasn't able to make the transition into Mech. And there it is. There's
The GG.
So,
Yep. And I mean, that's one of the big things as a Terran player is you have to have the supply depots lifted against a Zerg in that ZVT matchup. Simply because if they can get a run by like that with all of those lings, that is just so brutal to deal with.